felt that looking out on the crypto area that there are a lot of crypto exchanges out there, and there's a lot of institutions that were looking onto the space with interest, but the problem was that it's very hard for them to find a credible venue to trade with. So what we're trying to do is set up an institutional grade credible venue in London. And as part of that, what we realized is that actually two of the issues for institutions are, firstly, they can't find a credible counterparty, but also cryptocurrencies are difficult for them. Firstly, they've got a bit of a bad reputation, and secondly as well, the venues on which they trade just don't have the systems and processes in place for them to deal with. So due to that and due to the product volatility, they're much more interested in security tokens. So quite early on in our journey, we said, look, let's, cryptocurrencies, well, we've always said utility tokens just aren't interesting for institutions, and they're not really interesting to us because of the value. I think the cryptocurrencies themselves, they could be interesting, but as they're not regulated in the UK at the moment, we're staying away from those, and we're focused fully on security tokens.
We invented a concept called KYA. KYA is know your asset.
Know your asset.
The same way that KYC, know your client, is the identity of a person, KYA is know your asset, is the identity of the asset. And with KYA, you have all the documents relating to all the legal documents relating to the asset, explaining what the asset is, what the rights of the token holders here. All of this is being packaged and added to the token, incorporated into the token, so it goes with the token on the blockchain. It's immutable. Nobody can change it. Nobody can play with it.
Right.
And as a token buyer, you can look at it and see exactly, what you're buying. That's the first layer. The second layer is where the bankers come in, because we think that it's not enough to have just the information. It needs to be verified. Can you do your own KYC? Can you say, I'm not a thief? You can't. Somebody external needs to look at it. Yeah. In the same way, when you're doing KYA and you're saying things about your asset, we want to have underwriters look at the asset and verify it.
I think that what we're trying to do at this point is glue the different parts that are necessary in the industry, which mimic traditional markets, right? So you're talking about custody, right? Custody is necessary for you to bring institutional investors. After custody, you need to have legal teams that understand the compliances necessary of issuing a security token on the blockchain.
What do you think is the biggest promise? You were talking about secondary specifically for LPs. Do you see that just being the big sort of meat on the bone right now, or is there something else that's in the sort of security token space as a promise with it, or is it sequential? Like we're going to start, like you said, where the money already is, supply and demand, and then something else is going to come? Where do you see the big opportunities here?
Yeah. So it's funny, actually. We spoke about it on our panel yesterday at Security Token Summit. And in my opinion, I think that we need to start where the market is, and then afterwards we'll see, other players that will be tackling more alternative space, like, diamonds and arts and etc. But in terms of Rivver, we are hyper-focused on funds, and we're not going anywhere. It is a niche comparatively to other players in the space, but for us, $4 trillion niche is more than enough for us to, be happy.
It's a wide street to drive on.
Yeah, absolutely.